During the course of this course or any other course you are taking, if you notice maybe any issue or any challenges, any recommendation you have, feel free to reach out to me through WhatsApp or through any communication or email. Send out your challenges and we'll see our best to solve them and improve the program for everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, I'm Emmanuel S. Blama. So I am the Finance and Operations Director here. It is nice having all of us here on this program. We look forward to a great 2-week experience. Thank you.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Delton Doma. I'm a Liberian, 9th of 11 children from my mother. And I know my position from my past. But yeah, I'm 24 years old, hold an associate in computer information science with emphasis in cybersecurity. I do work for Xerox, and Xerox is a billion-dollar IT institution in the US, Europe, Asia, and I'm not sure if they have other branches in Africa, but they might because they buy smaller IT institutions and empower them and be able to work through them through different means, provide different IT solutions from cybersecurity to software development to printers to hardware and everything else about IT. I am an ambassador of the Friendship Ambassadors Foundation. It is an institution that hosts the Youth Assembly. I'm also a member of the ISCR Square. It's like a security group, Metro Richmond area. These are all my social media handle. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram and my official Facebook page. I'm going to be leading you in this session or in this class for the next 2 weeks. We're going to meet only on Sunday at about this time. But feel free to reach me on WhatsApp. I'm in the chat room. You can post your questions in the chat room, or you can reach out to me, whichever one that you prefer as a participant of this class. So we move on with our lesson from here. It says, what's the computer acting so slow? Whatever. I know. Oh, I see. Sorry. Took the wrong slide. Can you see my screen?
Yes, for me, I'm seeing it.
Okay, thank you. So today we're going to be talking about introduction to internet security. This course is only going to be telling you for today different things that we do on what we're going to tell you what internet is, what security is, the different threats on the internet, and how they can be mitigated. When we talk about mitigation in security, is how to minimize those risks. So when we talk about that,
Yeah.
hopefully by next week, we will be talking about, we will be showing you how to protect your different social media pages. We're going to show you the different settings that you can go to, those different privacy rules or security settings, what you should do there, and how you can protect, for instance, your Facebook account from getting hacked and all of that. We're going to do the same for your email. And even when you're browsing, different things that you should watch out for. We're going to be displaying pictorials of those pages of social media apps and how you can protect yourself via the social media forum. So with that being said, on this slide, I try to define internet in a way that you will have a vivid description of what it is. So the internet is the interconnection of computer networks using transmission protocol, control protocol, or the TCP/IP to connect computers, cell phones, printers, and Internet of Things devices. If you look at the photo on the right side, we have different Internet of Things devices that can be connected via, excuse me, via the internet. And mind you, when we talk about the internet, it's not just directly communicating via, it's any means through which data can be transferred. Your Bluetooth connection, it can be Wi-Fi connection, it can be anything. In the process of that, if you leave your Bluetooth on and somebody knows how to go into your phone using your Bluetooth, they can hack your phone and get any information that they need. So if you look in the photo, you will see headphone, Bluetooth headphone, Bluetooth microphone, Bluetooth recorder, or Bluetooth radio, Bluetooth clock, security camera, and even light, videos, the new flash screen that everybody running after, and others watch. When you get on the plane, the Wi-Fi that you be using, if you're going to the airport, the Wi-Fi you're using, the internet service you use, the cell phones and everything, calculators. There are some calculators that go directly on the internet and all of that. The cameras, these are all internet. They all make up the internet. These are internet, the collection of these different devices from different networks coming together to communicate makes it an internet. So this is a typical analysis of what it is. I'm sitting down in my room on my bed, using my laptop to teach you. You have your cell phones, you have your tablets, you have your computers and connecting from your home as well. And I'm in the US and we having communication, data is being transferred, and we can all hear one another. That's what makes it the internet. So if you look here, for example, you're gonna see messages going, you're gonna see search engines, you're gonna see music, you're gonna see varieties of things happening in the white part of this diagram. And these are all the different things that make up the internet. So now we're talking about security. It says, what is security? For those of us who study information security, okay, making sure everybody hear me. Yes, so security is defined as the freedom from danger or threat. There are so many dangers, so many threats on the internet that are meant to either steal from you, damage your reputation by using your identity and maybe begging for money from somebody else or insulting people on social media or just doing something that will bring, you know, mixed that will have people to have mixed feeling about you as an individual. So this is what security is about. We try to create freedom from these dangers and threats on the internet. So what are those common threats on the internet? We're talking about your identity being stolen. A typical analysis of that will be when you try to sign up for email account or for a social media account. For instance, Facebook. They will ask you for your name, your full name, your first name, your last name, and then they're going to ask you for your email address or your cell phone number, and they will also ask you for your date of birth. They're going to ask you for your gender. And sometimes when you sign up, there are places that you go and you're able to list who your family members are and all of that. These are all sensitive personal identification numbers or personal identification, not numbers, but personal identities of you, things that are unique to you, things that define you, things that anybody can use to do whatever thing with. You provide them on the social media. And when you're done with that, anybody, if anybody having to get access to your account, that individual will be able to get your identity and they can use it for any reason or for any purpose. Another thing is, and the way they will use it, it will not be something good to you. It will have people to have different thoughts about you. Like I have a couple of things that went on a few times. Last week was like, for example, last week was one of my niece's birthday, and I made her my profile picture, and I had like 4 different men in my DM trying to propose to me. So I was like, oh, really? And I said, I didn't hide it. I think like I'm a female, or they're communicating with a female, you know. And they're often like me, and I was just laughing. But a lot of friends who follow me on WhatsApp, they used to see the messages on my day. So a lot of friends started laughing, and up to now, one of them knew that I am a male. And he and I've been just laughing and stuff like that. He was like, dude, you really have my pressure going on. I said, no, bro, I didn't do that. I mean, you went all the way in my profile to make sure, and it told you that I was a male. You still came to ask me. I told you it was error that somebody made, the person who signed up for me. And because I don't know much about technology, and you chose to believe it. So it's not my fault. And you see that even most of the photos that I posted myself, you can even read a caption for yourself and know who owns the page. And I don't have like my photos or anything on my page. Of course, I post them. So he was like, oh, this and that. I said, yeah, dude, that's what happened. You gotta be mindful on the internet. So it's just one of those things. If for instance that was not my niece, it was somebody and he asked me for photo, you wanna know what I did? I went on Instagram, downloaded it. I went on Instagram and got this black little page and downloaded a lot of photos that I sent to him. I will be displaying it to y'all next week, just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So you can know like some of the people you interacting with on the social media, they're not real. It was something that myself did that I've been doing to a couple of guys these few days. not doing it because I want to steal from them also, but because uh they feel that they feel that they're trying to get somebody out here. And for me, I ain't that person, but I'm just trying to make fun of them. So if you do it like that, you get in the wrong person saying you're gonna send them money, you're gonna send them your information, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Oh yes. I'm waiting to tell her to, hey, send me your passport, let me do this, let me get your document ready. And you are going to send it, I just laugh and you think say I'm a man. But yeah, that's how it is. So getting your account hacked or your computer hacked is one of those threats that you face. And I always tell people when I'm talking about security, I tell you the more time you spend on the internet is the more, you know, time you become vulnerable. When we talk about vulnerability and security, we talk about you um, being capable of we talk about the capability of your computer, your devices getting hacked, or your accounts getting hacked, or the possibility of you just falling prey to one of those bad guys on the internet. That's why it is. You're vulnerable, no security. That's what it means. So the more time you're on the internet, the less time the less your security become. You see, stalkers find you quickly because you're on the internet often. You got different stalkers on the internet, and they get to find you quicker. Um, the more time you're on the internet posting everything about where you are, what you eating, what you bought yesterday, what you were about to buy, uh, what gifts somebody just gave you, you create the avenue for criminals to visit your home. Because, let's say for instance, somebody send you money and when you bought some things, very good materials, and you brought it home, you did a live Facebook video to let people know you got XYZ thing in your home. You're not doing it to anybody else. That's why this informs burglars of your whereabouts is all about. You're not doing it to anybody else, but you're creating an avenue where those criminals can be able to visit your home. Like we said, this is about internet security and it's about your own security. We who do security, our mindset is all about security, security, and security. Whether in the physical, whether about data, whether about internet, this is our concern. We only want to see that people are free from all of these kind of threats. So another thing or another threat that you face on the internet is overconfidence. Everybody on the internet is overconfident because they feel that 5,000 people sent them friend requests and they were able to accept the 5,000 friend requests, and Facebook said they are friends. So it means that they are friends. No, that is a big no. Being friend with someone on social media doesn't mean that you guys are friends real life. So you become confident, you post whatever information about you, and you don't know who is in your network on social media, and the person get to see it, and they can use that information against you. So that's why you have to be mindful of what you post. We talk about phishing attack. Phishing attack is one of those common internet threats that you will always see. People will send you link. Um, Netflix offering free movies. You want to click a 5 million goal, or people will go to a link, they set up questions, they send it to you, but they don't know who owns that website or who owns. They join like there's a game right now where you create your own questions and you send it to friends and people answer. on WhatsApp. Well, all these things are fun, they are good, but you don't know from whom it originated, and you don't know the person's aim and objective. So now you start to play this kind of game, and you're creating danger for yourself. You're creating a moment where your device can get hacked, or the network you own can get hacked. Sometimes you get your phone, you got credit in your phone, like for places like Liberia where you don't use mobile banking that much, or maybe your credit cards, debit cards, and all those kind of things. Sometimes the person just leaves something on your phone, or the website you visit, the person gonna be monitoring your phone. And when you put scratch card into your phone, they can take the scratch card. Oh yes, they can do that. And it's gonna appear like the GSM company that is, offering that service to you is the one that is stealing from you. But it is because of something that you did, your own action. And a lot of you will start to complain, oh, Orange can steal, oh, Lone Star can steal, and all of that. Yes, some of those institutions, they do it. They don't even have the understanding of how it happens. They themselves, a lot of them on an attack. But you do invite them. You invite the attackers as well on your mobile devices. So we talk about social media scams. Oh yes, it's one of those things today that a lot of people can face. The free streaming of movies or free movie download on the internet. We talk about work from home and make it easy and making easy money. A friend will send you a link or WHO or UNDP or Ecobank or Lone Star or Orange or one of the institutions out there. It's offering or work from home. You just need to click this link, sign up, and they will select you. You put your information there, you never get notification, email, nothing. Your information going to them. They use your information on the dark web to make money. Yes, that's why it is. And then maybe some malware got downloaded on your device as well while you were visiting that website. You see fake coupons, like in the US, coupons, for example, if you have a cell phone going for $50 US and they give you maybe $10 discount coupon, you carry the coupon, they're going to give you the phone for $40. So that's why it is. So the places in the US, you're going to find fake coupons often because it's about discount. So if you see your email or your social media inbox with a coupon and you that anxious person, you want to go buy from a Fashion Nova, you want to go buy from DSW, you want to go buy from some of those top fashion places, and these are the kind of places that they're going to look for. They're going to send you a free coupon, fake coupon from Fashion Nova because it's one of those hot places that every girl want to buy. On I know teenager something. All these different websites where every kid every kid in the US want to get their outings from is the kind of coupons that they're going to send you to your email, and you will receive it. You want to follow the link, and something else will happen. You got free international conferences, you got scholarships, you got free air flights, you got I mean, everything out there. These are different threats that people have on the internet that you don't know about. Somebody make you to believe that they have this thing going. I know in 2017, my friend Jerry Saka, here now in the US, he's in North Carolina. Jerry and I had this, I received an email actually. Of course, I was working on my paper to come to the US. It was the middle part of 2017 because I remember before I could go Nimba to go camping for my brother. So uh, I got this email. The institution appeared to be like an agency or organization that is associated with the United Nations, and it was some group for justice. I don't have access to that email today. I was going to put it out, and they told me that I have opportunity to come to the US. They were going to assure me to get visa. They assured me rather that I could get visa. And the only thing that I needed to do, they were going to take care of my feeding and everything in the US. The only thing I needed to do was to send money because the conference would be from US. We'll go complete the conference in Dakar, Senegal. I only needed to pay for the hotel in Senegal, and they would be able to do everything. They're going to take care of the flight and everything like that. Okay. Man, it was good information. Think about somebody buying you to and fro a flight from Liberia to the US and back, and then also to Senegal, Dakar. Dakar is one of the beautiful cities in Africa, especially West Africa. So I was up for it. I told my boss at the time we had just held like series of protests for this girl, one Regina. She was a survivor of rape. So we have held series of protests, and we wanted to strengthen our advocacy movement. So we were taking chance. And my thought was like, okay, when I go to the US, I come back and time for my interview for the DV. It's not going to be hard for me. So let me take chance. So, but then when we contacted Jerry's mother, she was like, you're sure about what you're saying? You're going to take to the embassy and ask. But then I didn't have time to go to the embassy. I sent Jerry. Jerry went. Jerry said, that thing not true. Then Jerry showed it to one of the big sister's boyfriend. The big sister's boyfriend said, this doesn't appear to be true. When we checked that identical email, we just copy it and paste it on the internet. We saw it as one of the fake. I'll show you website this coming webinar where you can go and see fake websites where you can go and see the number of fake applications that Play Store and iTunes can take down on a regular basis, and websites like Google and other Google, Firefox, Explorer, and other search engines can take down as well. So you can be able to see how many fake websites are out there. But we're going to display that in the next class. So this is it. So when we took the opportunity, we were anxious about it. We had communication with those guys from, I'm sure they're from Nigeria, trust me, because Nigeria have high IQ into security than us, than any country right now in Africa. Even in the US, people are afraid of Nigerians. They call them the 419 scammers. That's how they call them. And then they have the free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi is one of those common threats on the internet that you don't know about. When you visit Better Casa Hotel and you want to use their free Wi-Fi, if you go to the RIA or James Springfield and you want to use the free Wi-Fi, if you were to visit Ministry of Information, you want to use free Wi-Fi. If you were to visit some of those embassies and you wanted to use free Wi-Fi, trust me, the Wi-Fi those institutions use to do their businesses are not the same Wi-Fi you as a visitor going to get connected on. So when you connect to that Wi-Fi, you create a risk for yourself. You don't that Wi-Fi is built, or the network is built in a way that identical Wi-Fi is not going to have much security because they want for anybody to be able to access it when they are around. It's built for the public. You know, most people from the public have less idea on technology and all of that. So with such less security protocol put in place, when you connect to it, there's a guy called a man in the middle. When you try searching anything on Google, for example, let's say you were searching on Orange Liberia website. If you put in your search engine Orange Liberia, it goes, you Google it, and then you click on the first the first result of your search that you made, it might take you to Orange Liberia homepage. In that moment where you're communicating with the server of Orange Liberia and your device, there's a man in the middle who has the ability, because you are using free Wi-Fi, to hack your device or get hold of information on your device. Mind you, I'm talking about this because most young people in Liberia go for international conferences. You're not always going to be in Liberia. We don't have these kind of people in Liberia that much. It happens there, but not that much. But if you were to travel, for example, in some European country for some international functions, or in Ghana or Nigeria, and you just reach to the airport, you want to enjoy free Wi-Fi, or you reach in the hotel, you want to enjoy free Wi-Fi, but you don't know the kind of information to access. Then you create an avenue for your information to be leaked. So when you connect to this kind of Wi-Fi, there are specific information that you get to search for. Do not open your bank. If you happen to live in Western countries some days where you get your bank app like me, do not open your bank app on those kind of Wi-Fi. If not your home Wi-Fi that is secured. Do not open your social security or other sensitive email from your bosses or your institutions or partners and donors to your institutions on this kind of Wi-Fi. People get hold of the email and they start to send email to your partners and donors and pretending to be you, and at the same time they are damaging your reputation and the reputation of your institution. The more time you spend on the internet, the more vulnerable you are to hackers. We said that. So how do you protect yourself? We're going to go through all these processes next week, but let me explain to you. You are allowed to enable the two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication protection yourself on your device. It can be for your email, it can be for your social media accounts. How do you do this? You go to the setting, select privacy, and we're going to talk about the rest of it next week. And what does the two-factor authentication does? This enables you to receive a message on your phone, providing you with a code to access either your social media account, your email, your bank account, or any app that you have on your phone. That's what it does. So if you want to use the two-factor authentication, make sure you are somebody who using at least one number constantly. Use that number because every time you need to log into your account, they're going to send you code. If you don't have access to that number, you can't have access to that device or that account. Another thing, make sure and use, before I move to the second thing here, there's another thing I want to talk about quickly. Like most of you who use smartphone devices, make sure and use complicated unlock code for your device. And it goes the same to this password example. If you use this kind of complicated code, nobody will unlock your phone easily to have access to anything. Nobody will unlock your device easily to have access to any information on your phone. Social media, on your email, or any password you're creating, use this kind of password example like Monrovia, as it is with Monrovia in this example. When you put in your password, use characters, use lowercase, use uppercase, mix them up, use number, use special characters. Like this, nobody can break into your account easily. Be courteous of what information you post on social media, as we said earlier on. Do not post your passport, your bank account number, your email address, your cell phone number for WhatsApp group. Just because somebody say, oh, I about to open a WhatsApp group for SYC purpose, or I'm about to drop my music, comment your WhatsApp number, let me send it, and you start dropping your WhatsApp number. You know how many person coming after you to view your number or your email address, your degree. Don't post your degree on social media platform, or maybe your certificates or anything like that. You can talk about it, you can post about it, but not the picture and all of sensitive information about you. Be mindful of links that you click on social media. Again, there's a website called, I don't know, YA Online. I'll show you that website next week. They always come up with some fake news about popular people, and I sense that website is from Nigeria or India, but I'm sure of Nigeria. It will always write phony news headline, or maybe something just catchy that people will want to share, share, click, share, click, and share. Stop following this kind of website. Stop sharing them on your profile or with your network. And people send you links in your inbox or to your email. These are most of these links are phishing links. If you know the person, get in contact with the person, even through your email, call the person phone number, or make sure you get in touch with them, ask them whether they send you any link concerning XYZ. If the person can confirm that to you, then you will be able to make sure and click that link and follow whatever instruction that is there. But if the person did not, I will recommend that you immediately delete that link, because it's going to be like, even when hacker hacked, if for example a hacker hacked my Facebook account, they send Lee, Philip, or Christian message, they're going to with a link, they will think it is Delton that is sending those links to them, or sending link to them, and they will click on it and the hacker will have access to them too. So if I send you link, make sure don't chat with me. If you want to call me, great. If you can't reach me immediately, wait after a couple of days, call me and validate the link, and then be able to ask questions. Hear my voice telling you, yes, this is true. Or you go on WhatsApp and send me a voice message. And then when I send you a voice message, listen to it and make sure it is me. These are different ways that you can confirm it. If you know the person, work to the person and ask them. That's it. Because those links will download script, malicious script, and inject them into your computer or your phone, that will make those hackers to have access to critical information on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, or your institution network. And when they get hold of it, some of them, it depends the information, then ransomware come in. So be mindful of what you access on public Wi-Fi, which we've already said that. We talked about that already. How do you protect yourself? Use VPN connection. Use VPN connection. The virtual private network, what it does is that it hides your IP address. When we talk about IP address, for those of you networking or those of you that have that are taking network class, people, is the internet protocol address. Is that address that is assigned to your device, either through your service provider whichever means you get the internet service to get on the internet. So every device on the internet, your computer and every other person's computer, have a particular number that is assigned to that device to get on the internet for that moment. So when you get on the internet through that number, somebody can trace you when you do anything on the internet. If you search certain information on Google and things like that, if somebody want to know who you are, the person can use that, your IP address, and make sure and know the city you in, the region you in. I will show you everything next week. Because next week is going to be more of a practical class. How you look up IP address to display every information about this person, and if possible, your name on the device and everything. We're going to do that. Now, we move on to, so if you use the VPN is going to hide your identity. Like I have the Avast VPN on my device. I can either select that I am chatting or I'm doing this. Even if before I chat with a stranger that I do not know on any social media, like Twitter, like Instagram, like Facebook, I put my VPN on. That's my first thing I can always do. If it was not on, I would turn it on, and then I will either put myself in Morocco or some of the European countries or South American countries, and then I start chatting. Then people now, I go. And I stay tell me say I'm a great link when they send me link. They say watch out for the number of downloads and reviews on apps that you will want to download. We also will show you picture of this next week. When you go on Play Store and you go on App Store before downloading an app, things that you should look for. When you look out for the review and the number of downloads on this app, then you will know whether you need to download it or not. If you're using a computer, you always have to hover over a link that somebody will send you to an email. And when you do that, you see the original link on the lower corner of your browser. Then you move on to visiting institutions, social media platforms that are verified and have thousands or millions of followers and get their original website addresses from there to verify an information that you have gotten about that institution. Even though like most of our institutions don't have social media websites, the social media accounts or websites, but one thing I can tell you is visit them or call their office number and verify if they put up this vacancy XYZ. If you saw an information regarding a university in the US that you want to study, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on Twitter, search the university name, get their official website address from there. Go to the contact page, get either email or phone number. Try to see how you can reach out to them regarding the information you got from a friend. Mind you, I told you, not because you're somebody friendly on social media, I mean both of you are friends. So the person might be your friend on social media, but the individual, you don't know who they are. You don't know how people living out here. People living on paycheck. People need money out here too. So if you just go on and do something, give your money to somebody like that, the person might be able to The person might be able to use your money to either pay their bills and all of that. Now, because somebody in America and they send you certain information, it means that the information is valid or they want to help you out. If I'm posting specifics about your travel, when you're traveling somewhere, know the number of friends or the kind of family members you tell. Not all family members, not all friends, and this and that. The reason is simple. Don't even tell them how long you're going to be away because you don't know who they are. And they might visit your home while you're away and take away some things. Again, this class is about security. Nothing but your own safety. Use the highest privacy control to let certain groups, like a few family members, to view your photos when you travel. If you want, just in case you travel to certain function and you want to post it, use your privacy control. I'll show you what that is on Facebook and restrict who can see that post for that moment until you get back. Wait until you are home to post your pictures to a vacation album that you will create. It's left for you, but wait when you get back, then you can post it. All the time I've gone to the UN and other places, I can always post when I'm on my way back in the bus and I'm already close to Virginia, yeah. When I'm Papa Washington DC, I'm Papa Maryland, I'm Papa Delaware and other places that are in Virginia, then I post my photo. Then people are good to go because yeah, I buy home. Because even the reason I do it because I don't even know who is even in New York that knows me that might have something against me or might want to find me if I post. I don't know who that person is. Like I stated, we have so many friends on social media. We have differences. We can argue sometimes about different things, but you don't know who they are. Out here, people got big guns. Yeah. So you be mindful of everything you do. Facilitate with your status. You can use an audience selector drop down on the Facebook drop down menu to choose certain group of people to see your status. Also, with that, be mindful of what you post, what you say, and what you do. So, you're gonna get this question before we come back next week. Some of these questions, before we take few questions and move on to the others to our other PowerPoint slide, you will have to think about these questions that will be sent to you later. Whether you've ever posted personal information about yourself, whether you ever uploaded a picture about you, families and friends on social media, if you ever filled out forms online about questionnaires or profile pages on the internet, have you ever posted screenshots of your bank account is in a conversation with somebody or with someone or an email on the internet, someone send you some good emails because it is something about success, you want to screenshot it and post it so everybody can know. You're going to tell us if you ever purchased online before. Have you ever shared your password with somebody, either your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family member, or your colleague? Have you ever done that? Have you ever had the opportunity to download and install software either on your computers or on your cell phone? Have you ever opened email from total strangers, somebody you never knew from anywhere sending some email and it has some good information in there. You chose to open it. Have you ever agreed to meet a person that you met online but you never knew at all and you will set up an appointment? Have you ever done that? Have you ever been on a vacation or away from home and post on social media, especially knowing that nobody is at your house? So we take a few questions here, and after that, we're gonna move back to our next slide. Is there anyone with questions?
If you have a question, please use the raise your hand feature. Fine. Okay. So, okay, a lot of people have questions. So, we recognize Terence, and I'll mute you, Terence.
Yeah, I have a question. My question has to do with two things. Firstly, my first question has to do with how can I get or use a VPN, or what is it really?
Like I
That's my
said,
first. That's my first question.
yeah. So the VPN, like I said, is the virtual private network. It has your IP address. Every device that go on online has a specific number that is assigned to it to identify that device on the network or on the internet. So if somebody look up that device number, it's gonna tell me the kind of phone you're using, the phone's name, the operating system, if it is Android or Mac OS. It's gonna tell me where you're using it from, your location. It might not tell me for Liberia, we don't have specific location, but in advanced countries, it might give me the street and if possible, the home, the house number and everything. If I use advanced tools.
Yeah, the next question I have to do with the advantages of this VPN and the disadvantages, if it had any.
VPN does I don't know if VPN had any disadvantage. But this is what I would tell you in terms of disadvantage. VPN will have it's meant to secure you online, so nobody can identify what information you have access to or you are searching or what you're doing on the internet or so nobody gonna see that. But the disadvantage here is there are other institutions or developers that will develop uh, VPN or different VPN rather and post them to those places like the like Play Store and App Store, and those cannot even be. They are not usable to you and I. They are meant to download malware on your devices. They are meant to have access to your phone and information that you can.
Okay. Does that answer your question? Then we'll take Bestman Bono. Bestman Bono, I'll unmute you.
Yeah. Yes, my question, I want to know if we will be given the notes because we don't have the time to copy everything. I want to know if we'll be giving the notes.
Yes, Philip should be able. Philip should have. He doesn't have this one. I will send this identical PowerPoint today, and I can show you that you will have access to them. You asking questions and things that you need to know, all of that. You will be given this power slide today.
Okay. And another thing again, this VPN, when you are using VPN, does it overcharge your normal bundle, or do you use more of your bundle instead of the normal one?
So basically, when you're using a VPN, it doesn't charge anything. It's just a secure connection. But the only risk I know when you're using it in places in the US, you have to buy. If I anywhere, you have to buy sometimes, but there are other free ones that are good too. I can look up that and see different. I would try my best to look up that this week and give you recommendation on those ones that you can be able to download and use.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, just hold on, Terence. You leave your hand up. I see your hand up again. Do you have something?
Yeah, I got another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You talked about on the second slide you posted, you talked about protecting or enabling a two-factor or authentication to protect yourself or your account. How can that be done? You are going through it, but I wasn't getting you.
Okay, so I said that next week is going to be more practical. I will show you how you can do all of these things step by step, where you can even be on this webinar and you can go to your Facebook app or your email app and you will see the settings that we're talking about, where you can go to find it and how you can enable it. So we will talk about that next week.
Okay. I think what he meant. I think he wanted you to tell him what it is. So he's
He trying to know what the two-factor authentication does.
yeah, why it is and why it does.
All right. So basically, the two factors authentication, what it does is that if for instance I enabled the two factor authentication and somebody managed to know my Facebook login or my credentials, like my username and my password, and that person is trying to log in, they will need access code to get into my account. So they will log in, but before they can have access to that account, they need the 4 or 6 codes that Facebook will send to me. They will put it in and they will be able to get that. So that code, you can either get it from the code generator. And we're going to go to all of these things next week. So you will always need that code to be able to have access to your account.
Okay. So what? Maybe a little more. Jeton is saying two-factor authentication with me. Whenever you try to log into your account to wherever you place your two-factor authentication, it will ensure that when your login information is provided, your accurate email and password is provided, or your username and password, it will send an authentication or a code. It will send a code to your mobile phone, that phone that you will add to your account. So the code is sent to your phone, and then you are asked to import the code from the phone. That is, you've already entered your username and password, correct? But then they still want to verify you more. So it sent a code as a text message to your phone, and then you receive the text with a number. You enter the number into the login page. So what I mean is, whenever you will have to enter that account, you must have your phone with you, or you must have access to your number. So he didn't make it clear that you should use a number that is frequently used. So that's what he was trying to say. I think that another person hand is up, Lee Doma. So Lee will take you.
Yeah, am I here?
Yes, you're.
Okay. Thanks for the lesson, Joton. Thanks you, Blama. I want to understand something. We see that saving password with Google are all good things, because if you are building standardized passwords, like for me, probably and others, you may be quick to forget these strong passwords. So saving it with Google, I want to know how safe it is, because obviously, or you have your Google accounts that can commonly be hacked, and so I want to know how really safe it is when you are saving it with Google.
Okay. Be it Google, be it Facebook, be it any account that you can use to have access to information, I would tell you, do not save your password or do not even write it on a piece of paper because you want to learn it. It is a very big risk that if anybody finds your phone, the person can have. And I know you, Lee, you've been a victim of it. Somebody found your phone or the story, something like that. and the person had access to your Facebook and they were posting photos and all of that. They could have done something more damaging to you than just posting their photos. So if you're not using your Facebook account, log out. If you're not using your email, log out. You're not using any of those accounts, log out, and do not allow Google to save your passwords. Because at the end of the day, it all comes back to you. Whatever happens, if your phone gets missing or your device gets stolen, the person decides to use your account and reach out to other people. Whatever they do on that account bears your name until otherwise. Does that answer your question? Either. Is there anybody else who have question?
I don't see anybody hand up, so that means we are good to go.
Okay, great. So we move on to our next slide here. We talk about the challenges of securing, like Lee was asking, he's talk about strong internet, putting in place strong password that will give the user some issues often while logging in, taking your time to to enter those passwords and get access to your different accounts are no issue compared to using weaker passwords or saving your password because you want to have access quicker and somebody having access to your device and damaging your reputation. So it's the same problem we face as security personnel. We can put in place a very strong security protocol that will protect network and stop hackers from coming in using routers, using internet modem, and using firewalls and different things. Building them as a firewall on the network to protect the network from getting hacked. But you have to always leverage this kind of measures because you have people on the network who are not knowledgeable to information technology like you. So challenges we face in the internet security area is we have to build a network or a security protocol or system that will accommodate everyone else. And the thing with security is that there is no simple solution and there is no static way to tell you this is the formula or the ABC of security. Do this, do that, and you have reached there and you're okay. No, that is not the thing. Security changes every day. Security is upgraded every day. If you use a Windows, if you use Mac OS, if you use all those Android and other operating system devices on your devices, you will see that all of them have they have periodic updates. All these updates come with security. They are found vulnerability on their own previous security system put in place, and other people have become victimized, and they have to patch it. When they finish patching it, they come up with a new update for that software or for that. So you always go, even if you download a software, you go by, after a while, you go by on Play Store or App Store, it will have update for that software. The reason is they are built and update with stronger security system. So to protect you. So you have to go for that update. always try to update your app, even your Facebook, this and that. Try to update those apps. There are different types of attacks, and they all have different ways of targeting them or mitigating them. And then defending against attack is often difficult. We have the distribution, the denial of service, and you got the DOS and the DDoS. These are all different attacks. At least for the DOS, it's pretty much it's an attack, but I would say it's much easier to fight because it's just one device to either your network or your device. So one computer attacking one computer. But you see for the DDoS, the distributed denial of service, that one is going to be about maybe I went and set up 20 computers to attack one computer or one network. And this is how I want you to envision it. One man, 20 persons fighting one man. So there's one computer has security system put in place, but 20 computers coming with viruses, with malicious codes or scripts and different things to overcome this one computer with a security system. It's obvious that they will weaken this device and overcome it. Your computer will start freezing, your computer will lock up, your computer will either shut down, it will start to misbehave. That's how it is. DDoS, even though it's not here yet. So we talk about it. Common attacks that you found today. We talked about some earlier. You see credit card like for in the US. You see ATM machines. You talk about your social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. We talk about our serial server attacks. Different servers. It can be Lone Star Cell server. It can be Orange Liberia server, EchoBank Liberia server. These servers can get attacked. We talk about penetration of different networks and different things like that. It's not basically for this class, but you have to know you will get this. If you take up your time and read the PowerPoint I'll be given to you even after this class, after the 2 weeks, you're home, you're going through COVID-19, this is a very good PowerPoint to read through. If you read, we can cover all of them in this class now. I can tell you that because that's a lot. It's a lot to learn, especially that next week we want to go more practical. But if you take your time and read all this PowerPoint and see the different attacks, scenarios, how it happened, where it happened, you got organization it happened to here, and this is the description, and these are the number of people that were affected or who identities got stolen or like that. Like that you get to understand why security is important and why we have to talk about security to everybody who use the internet. And before I move on, one of the things is sometimes a lot of people want to go on porn website to watch porn and all of that. Oh yeah, that's the best place to cash in. People can cash you that so easily. I'm going to show you some Facebook page, not page, but some photos that people can use. I know we done a couple of that in not this class, but in my school. Like you're gonna do your scripting from behind, like we said the back end. Also, you write your script, and if I send an email to Christian will only see a photo also, and the baby laying out either tube or in the nose, the feeding the baby through the, just like that. You feel, kind of like you feel for the kid because of the condition the kid is in, and maybe there's a donation going on, you choose to donate and all of that. So there are different ways these attacks are launched, and the bottom line is people want to make money. Yeah. So you got defending against difficulties in defending against attack. all the devices are universally connected, like we talked about earlier. You in your room, I in my room, or you in your living room, and I in the living room. We all on Zoom meeting. We are universally connected. We all connected via the internet. Uh, Sometimes the internet people call it a cloud also, but it's just the connection of those different devices in the cloud. So increased speed of attack. Every day there are new attacks. Every day there are new malicious software. Every day there are new viruses and everything to hack or damage your computers and all of that. And some of those malicious software or virus are not actually meant to hack your devices, but to damage component of your devices. And so you can be able to repurchase that part that got damaged for the manufacturer to make money. And that's the truth about it. We talk about availability and simplicity of attack tools. There are so many attack tools on the internet that you don't have to know how to do scripting or anything about. You can go on the internet, use it, get somebody account, and the person go. You can pay for it, you can pay for it, whichever way. It's very simple to use. They're out there. And then you can be, there are easy ways you can detect vulnerabilities on devices like the computers and the phones or on networks. You see these same kind of software attack tools also, and many away with it. Another thing is you're gonna be talking about a delay in updating your device. Maybe the software you're using or the phone is self OS or the operating system. An update came out, you delay to update your phone, so you create weaker security system, and then there are distributed attacks. Then we talk about another thing is when we talk about BYOD, it's actually for the work setting, and this is where we talk about bring your own device. When you bring your own computer, your own cell phone, your own tablet to work, and you don't inform the IT department, and you just take it and connect it to the network, and it has been maliciously attacked, you don't know about it, then you expose the institution's network to those guys, and they are able to break into it too. That's what we mean by BYD. So defense is possible. For one to defend, one must understand that exactly what security is, and we talk about that today. We say that it is a freedom from threat or danger. So you have to understand when we talk about security. That's the basic of security. It is meant to free one from either threat or danger. Then we talk about how security relates to information security. Information are those critical or sensitive info about yourself, information about yourself. It can be your date of birth, it can be your achievements, it can be how much you have in your bank account. Yeah, you and somebody doing the same job, the person is making either 30 or $40 per hour, and you're doing that same job, you're making $10 or $12 per hour, and you're ain't allowed to tell each other. It's for your own safety. Because if you tell somebody, the person get mad, they can either kill you or they can do something to the manager or something crazy. So it's just some of those things. It's a very sensitive information that nobody needs to know about you, how much you earn. It's against the law. I don't know about, I didn't work in corporate area in places like Liberia, so I don't know much about that. But yeah, it's not only the corporate setting, but everywhere. You don't get to tell people how much you make. It is a critical information about yourself. You don't tell people about your social security number. It is your identity that defines you everywhere you go. If you want to take loan, if you want to get money, if you want to open bank account, if you want to get a job, if you want to go to anywhere, even to hospital, you call your social security number. They pull up that number. It brings up every information about you, where you live, how much you owe, if you go into school, this, that, and that. Everything is recorded. It's basically the number that records everything about you. So we would also talk about other terminologies within security information. So we already talked about this. You also going to see that I talked about it earlier. It's hard to defend security because like here it says the more security increases, the convenience is often decreased. And what that means is if we put in place tough security measures as information security personnel, then all users on the network finds it difficult to have access to certain information. So it's not like it's impossible for you to secure a network for it to not be hacked or so, but it will give all the common users who have less computer knowledge, like doctors, like accountants, like HRs, like the receptionist or the front desk person, um, and even the janitor or somebody, security man who have a computer or whatever, it will be hard for him to have access to whatever information he needs to have access to do the office work. Then we move on. Information security, that's of securing information that is in a digital format. That's why information security is. And we're talking about internet security. They all based off digital, physical. These are all different. It can be manipulated by microprocessor. It is stored on a device, or that digital information can even be stored somewhere in the cloud. If you know about Google Drive, if you know about OneDrive, these are all places that you can save your information. And since we have IHOP people here, one thing I would tell IHOP leaders is store all of your PowerPoint slides in the iCloud for your student and just send in a link that even if if they download it and their devices get messy, they can still have access to it on different devices at time. Because that's what even most schools in the US do. It's not something different. We have the same tools, we can do that. So with that, if you go on your tablet, you will have information to that power slide or whatever information that you want to have access to. Then the goal of information security is to protect, is to ensure that protective measures are properly implemented to ward off attacks and prevent the total collapse of the system when a successful attack occurs. So in the form of business, I think, for instance, Delton working with EcoBank Liberia. EcoBank Liberia was attacked by hackers and they succeeded. The whole system went down. The role of information technology personnel is information security personnel is to build a redundancy system where when that system is down in the cloud, there's another system running that people can have access to the information they need to be able to do that transaction while we try to get a physical facility back up. Like in the case of fire incident or anything like that. That's why I most often I ask myself, people who work the fire service or if we have any incident management institution like bureau, what really their functions are, because they should be able to lay out these things to businesses. Like in the case of the COVID-19, This is a very classic example where everybody home, businesses should have at least website or mobile apps that people able to purchase from them, and they get few drivers in the street taking this food to the people homes. Yeah, of course, we don't have houses numbered like that, but at least if somebody came to SD Cooper Road on motorbike with my food or goods or whatever, and just call me on the phone. We can be able to meet around the OFI area or maybe around SKD area. I can pick up my phone and go to my house. These are things that we should be thinking about, because this is another form of, it's not like a hacking attack, but these are just some of those scenarios that reduce the how you call it, not the income, but the revenue of institutions. So you have to find a means through which you can be able to still be providing services to your loyal customers so they can get attracted to other businesses. So that's what we do. We make sure when there is a collapse in the system, people can still have access to information, to their money, or to whatever services they need to keep running. Um, Information security is built on 3 platforms, and those 3 I call the CIA: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When we talk about confidentiality, we're talking about only approved individuals may access certain information. Like I told the first class, in the case of the way we all follow COVID-19 or coronavirus issue in Liberia, we understand that from the onset, when people are down with the virus, everybody will start to name these people and shame them and all of that. I don't know if we have anything in our public health law that bound this kind of thing, but honestly, there should be, because it creates trauma for the patient, tension, and all those kind of things. Imagine you coming down with a virus that has no cure in this kind of time in a country like Liberia where we don't have ventilators and all those things. Then somebody talk about you on the radio and people posting about you, people insulting you, like blaming you and all those things, holding you responsible for getting virus. Like, what's about people who getting malaria? Should we accuse them of getting malaria? Should we accuse people who has AIDS? Should we accuse people who have AIDS or all of viruses and diseases and sicknesses? Should we accuse them? So it's just like the same scenario. We treat them with respect and we wish them well, because you never know if you come down with this kind of virus and all of that. So in the case of confidentiality, you withhold the name of the person infected with the virus, for instance, and just say to the public, we have this person who worked to XYZ place who came down with the virus. The person has been taken to the quarantine center, and with the contract tracing, we call XYZ person. When you're not releasing the name of the person, but how many persons that you were able to came in contact with the person. You state the number of people, and you observing them and what you get going on, and measures you got in place to reduce how people to reduce the possibility of more people getting infected and all of that. This is why you tell the people, but you don't release the name of people who come down with the virus. And you talk about integrity, like financial institutions like bank and all of that. And confidentiality also work with the military. If you work all these platforms, every security system use them, but if you're using confidential, if you work with a military or a hospital, you use most of your security measures will be based on confidentiality compared to integrity. But all of them will have access to availability whenever somebody needs information. If you were a banking institution, you have to go with integrity. Nobody want to bank with an institution that when you need your money, you don't get it all the time. All those banking institutions you see in Liberia, if we have banks where people can walk into today, get their money, you don't have to stay long, standing in line, money always in the ATM, everybody get debit card, you can use your debit card to purchase and all those things or stuck to a particular ATM, just get your money and go. Nobody will be running out there and standing in line to EcoBank, to LBDI, and all those banking institutions. So that's what we talk about. When you talk about integrity, you're not going for your own money for somebody to tell you system down, and system is down. No, that's not it. So the information is always correct and unauthored. Everything about that. Then the information is accessible to authorized users. That's where availability comes in. Anytime you need your information, you go onto that website, you go onto your bank app, you go onto your hospital app or anything to access that information about your health or about your bank account or maybe about your school or just like that, once you are a user, an authorized user, you should have access to that information. So protection implemented to secure information security, we will always need, we call them the AAA, the AAA. The AAA is something like the protection, the authentication, the authorization, and accounting. So when we talk about this word authentication, we're talking about ensuring the individual who they claim to be. So I am sure all of us here have email address and Facebook account. When you go log in, the first thing they tell you is give us your username and password. If you don't have that, they will ask you to sign up because you will need to have username and password to become an authorized user for Facebook. So if you go log in and ask you for your username, that is the one to authenticate that this account that we're looking at here belongs to either Bestman or to George or to TT. So if you put TT name there, that is you are authenticating that TT is the user. You are validating or verifying TT as the user of that account. So you put, for example, tt1@gmail.com. If that's why you use to open your Facebook account, it's going to appear as your authentication. Then in the process of that, authorization comes in. This is where you provide permission or approval to specific technology resources. But on Facebook, before you can have access to TT, you have to get authorization by putting your password. The password now will give you access to TT page and all the messages and all the, different things, who's sending what messages, who she's chatting with, all the sensitive things like that. You will be able to see it. In the process of accounting, it tracks the number of times this event has occurred or happened. So Delton Doma tried logging into a Facebook account. He put dd@gmail.com. He put 123 ABC as the password on 4 different times, and it did not work. So then I password, now I account, and they had to lock him up. Sometimes it's not only Facebook, but other platforms, other accounts you try logging in for a certain amount of time, it don't get to work. What they do, they make sure and lock that account for a while and open it later on. So security is achieved through a process that is the combination of three entities. Security personnel use information security hardware to protect network and computers. They use software to protect network, computers, and people and policies from communications. When we talk about communications, if you work with a Ministry of Information, for instance, or Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for example, or Ministry of States with the president, and you send out important information to other diplomats and meaningful institutions. You lobby, you do different transactions on behalf of the government and people of Liberia. So you have to protect this kind of communication. You need software to protect them. You need the hardware. You need to make sure there are physical securities as well. So these entities protect three layers. You protect the products, you protect people, either in government or country, and you get to protect the procedures, protocols, or maybe policies. Yeah, that's what you do. In the area of business, when we talk about procedures, for example, how you doing certain thing to get people on board or to get loyal customers, to win more customers to your institutions, you try to hide these kind of procedures from your rival so they can know it, because if they know it, it's going to create problem for you. So you try to hide it. The same with your different policies. You make sure people they sign, even before you use software and most of these things, you get to sign term and agreement where you say yes to certain things because you don't want to violate them. Before you came to this class, you were given terms and agreement that you sign up to, and that you were about to whatever rules and regulations at Innovation Liberia, Innovation Hub Liberia. So it's the same thing. Your policies and your procedures, you make sure everyone around you sign up to it. And even in the area of privacy or private or copyright and all these things, these are agreements that people sign. So we got it here. This could be your hardware. And this is the CIA. You have the information in the middle here. You got confidentiality as a lock, showing security. You have integrity with a lock, showing security, availability with a lock, showing security. So this is the hardware. This is the CIA communication going on between group of people right here. This is the kernel that you can see. Organization, people in the middle, and then you have security, physical security. If you ever heard me talk about threat, there are a few terminology you have to understand from this PowerPoint slide. We just only 19 PowerPoint right here. This PowerPoint should be over 40 or 50. Asset has to do with the value that people or organization got. Your asset as an individual right now that anybody can take from you could be your cell phone, your laptop that you're using to connect to iHub. That is your asset. You don't want to post it out there for people to see what kind of device you got to break into your home and take it. We talk about threat. It's a type of action that has the potential to cause harm. So you have to do your best to mitigate that. We talk about threat agent, a person or element with the power to carry out a threat. We call them hacker, we call them threat agent, we call them man in the middle. Some of them, not all, and they have different names, different. It depends the kind of attack you carry on, and it brings up the kind of name that you bear. Vulnerability, that weakness or flaw that allows a threat agent or a hacker to bypass your security system. It is that weakness. That's what I said. Oftentimes you're using, for example, you got this game app. Those of you who like to download game, watch out for which kind of game you download. It might create a bypass for your phone and people having access to your device and certain information. We got threat vector, is the medium through which an attack can occur. And you got risks. Risks is a situation that involves exposure to some type of danger. And the likelihood threat is the likelihood that a threat agent will exploit vulnerability. So when you talk about threat likelihood, this guy sees that you made your device or your Facebook account vulnerable, you make it a home vulnerable, and he's likely to take on that weakness from your end to exploit you. Risk avoidance, trying to make sure that, trying to identify the risk but not engage in the activities. That's risk avoidance. Then you had acceptance. You acknowledge that there is risk, but no steps. You refuse to take steps to address the risk. Risk mitigation is the attempt to address the risk by making the risk less serious. And that's what we're doing here. When we talk about these things to you, we want you to take action. Stop doing things that you're doing that are creating harm for yourself. You go, maybe for instance, to the bank to get money. You want to act like people. You take your money. You want to put the money, maybe right in a part of your book where that somebody will see it, that your mom send you money or your pa send you money from America. You're putting yourself at risk because nobody should know whether somebody send you a dime or so. It's not anybody's business. If you do that, then you're creating a scene for yourself where you will be at risk. Then we talk about deterrence is understanding the attacker and then informing him of the consequences of his action. So transferring the risk to a third party is the transference. These are different areas. You're going to be given this power slide, like I said. We've been here for 2 hours almost. I will stop here and get some questions again. If you won't mind asking questions, I love questions. I've spoken enough and I can stop here and take some questions. Hello, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I see somebody hand up, Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence again.
Yeah.
It's not actually a question. I want to say thank you first of all. At least some of us were able to understand the advantages or the importance of internet security first. So we ought to know what to do or what not to do on the internet. So we want to say thank you very much for the time spent. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Appreciate it. Anybody?
Okay, I see Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor hand is up, so Josh Taylor, I'll mute you.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thanks to Brother Delton Doma for the presentation. And most of the things he said, some of us have got ourselves into it and we are already vulnerable. So I want to know if in this course or in this time that he's going to be teaching, going to teach us some way that we can retrieve ourselves from these things we have done that will either harm us in the future So I want to know.
Oh yeah. So I said there are some couple of exercises I have for next week, and it's gonna be basically on your social media and emails and some website and some apps. Um, different things that you should be able to look out for when you downloading apps, when you trying to create if I use before you chat with a stranger, sometimes somebody send you hey message, you want to go on that person's. I'm one person that I'm always on social media. I've been using social media, especially Facebook, since like 2009. So I've been there. I think I was in about like ninth grade when I joined Facebook. So I I I've been around there for long. One thing I always try to do is I try to go on a person's profile, try to see even if you send me friend request right now, like I don't know you personally except for maybe I recognize some name from this class and you just send me friend request, I might go and confirm it like that. But if it is a stranger, I try to see how many mutual friends we have. If we have less than 200 mutual friends, trust me, you're not, I don't know you personally, and you're not friendly with any of my close friends because I'm going to see the kind of people that you and I have as friends. I'm not going to confirm you. And one other thing I would do is almost 3 years now, stop confirming people with 200 mutual friends. And unless I know you or I've interacted with you from somewhere. Another thing I do is I go on your profile, try to validate if you really a person, the kind of photos or the kind of activities you involve with. If it interests me, I can accept your friend requests and stuff like that. So it's just those different ways that I try personally to see who's out there and what I can do to protect myself.
All right, Del, before you answer the next question, why you answer the issue, please? I didn't get the part of the mutual friends, but hold on. We'll take Madison. Madison going on, we'll take you, so I'll mute you.
Can I speak now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you to Brother Dalton for the knowledge talks. I got two concerns. One is about question, and the other one is just about the slide presentation. I want to know whether, because most of the information you provided to us, they are quite unique for our help these days, especially in this contemporary world we live in. So we got a lot of website on the internet through which we go to search for information. So is there a way I can detect whether this website I'm about to check on for information is good or is not good? Is there a way that I can detect?
Yes, Madison. Surely there is a way. Sometimes you go on the website, you're gonna see a locked sound, and other times you go on the website, you're gonna see not secure. So, these are some of the things we're gonna be talking about next week. We're going to see them.
Okay, thank you. Then the other concern is about the slide. We not like copying most of the things you saying to us on the slide. So I don't know whether it will be provided through like a PDF form within the group chat.
You will get it, but you will get it slide. We will put it in a Google Drive. I hope we give you a way, even if your phone goes missing, you can still have access to it in the long run.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, thank you there, Madison. We take the last
Yeah.
person is up. The last person is Selling. So, Selling, I'll mute you. Hello, Selling, do you get me? Your microphone is unmuted now. Oh, Del, she probably didn't. I think she's not here. But then, Del, I asked when you talk about mutual friends, I didn't get the part of it that before you confirm a Facebook request, you check on a mutual friend. What was it about mutual friends?
Okay, so for me personally, I try to do it because I want to know the kind of people that I like. I know I'm friendly with a lot of people on social media. I always have to like unfriend to add people nowadays because on Facebook especially, I have over I got 5,000 friends, close to that. But the reason I go to mutual friends is if we have like 50 persons as friends, and I see that all those 50 people are not people that I really interact with. Um, I don't really try to give these kind of people greetings personally because I feel that maybe I don't know who, especially I don't know who they are. It creates some kind of doubt personally for me to confirm these kind of people. But we get 300 friends, and all of those 300 friends, Emmanuel is one of your mutual friends, Christian is one of your mutual friends, Philip is one of your mutual friends, Vermo and all of friends of mine are your mutual friends, or even if we are like 20, but all of them are people that are close, that I am closely engaged with, then I know who you are. I might not know your story immediately, or maybe sometimes I go to your past posts, try to see where you've been posting from and all of that. Um, I know sometimes people say me feeling great. The first question I always get like, "Who are you?" This and that. This is one question that I tell people I hate being asked, or it's not like I can't answer the question also, but I just try to build that kind of security in myself from every aspect of my life right now. Where when people ask you who are you, I feel that because it's one of those questions that hackers will frequently ask you on question on social media, or maybe through email, like what you do for living and all of that. They want to know how much of what your job position, your job you do for living. They want to know your family size. They want to know certain things about you, so they can go create another account and come back and pretend to be like a leader or something else out there, and just be able to get at you and get some money or so. So it's just one of those things. So when it comes to mutual friends, I made mention of that because it will create that awareness in me as to whether I should confirm you or not.
Okay, there. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm sorry, Xiaoling and Lee, we can't take you any longer. We are 5 o'clock now, so we just take our parting statement from our facilitator. You can reserve your question for the next class, please.
Oh, wait. Let me take a lady because all men been asking. I'm a big feminist, I beg you. Yes, Sally, ask your question. And any other person have question, you can ask in the WhatsApp chat room. It can be voice or anything. I will respond to that.
Xiaoling, I've unmuted your microphone again, but I can't get anything from you, just like I did the first time. So, Del, I'm sure you have to go on because
Yeah, I'll move on. All right. I want to appreciate all of you who took this class. Trust me, it's not a mistake. This is one thing that people rarely talk about in our society. We all get on social media, we all use the internet, but we have not really had like education about this thing. Even those of us, I was in stars like for 4 years, not 4 years, but at least 2 years, 4 semesters. I didn't get to hear about this. It's something that people talk about, but very reluctant way. So I'm glad that all of you took up your time to come to this class. Be mindful of yourself. Everything we do about life, like if we talk about privacy in the Western world, it's because people have access to this kind of information and they want to protect themselves. They want to protect their families. Um, just think about this, how many people like celebrities and famous or prominent people in the West that you see that really post their entire families on social media and all of that. And I came out here and before I even know, I got to know that even some of those kids in high school, except for like viewing kids, I would say that for a fact because I know some of them that are below the age 18 on social media, like for my nieces, The other one just turned 16 last year. She got 16 before they allow her to use Snapchat. So I'm just saying, these people are out here, their kids are using social media like the way our kids are using social media. Or when they go to school, they don't have right over that phone. If they don't get to use their cell phones in class, if they try, parents, the instructor is going to cease and the parents will be fined and the parents have to go on campus and pay that fine and sign up to certain document before the child can be given that phone. And if there is any other violation, also there are other further, consequences that the child and the parents will have to bear. But I'm just saying that we have all of these things. These are all good things that are meant to keep us connected together, even though we far away from one another. Like in the case of this COVID-19, it's really helping people in the IT and running different programs online. But then there are other ways that people using it, and sometimes it create, if you don't have the proper education about it, you can be able to do something out there that will damage you. So yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you all. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Feel free to ask me any question in the chat room or DM me any way you feel like reaching out to me. I'm out here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Delta. Before we go shortly, let me make this point. Please, we all have to discipline ourselves to the online courses. This is not about coming and just being a part of something. At the end of the day, you get your certificate. It won't work. For the information, I was taking attendance, and Godfrey, you were fluctuating here and there, and you came in a bit late. So the person using Galaxy J7 2016, can you call your name so I can mark you present for today's class? Galaxy J7.
Yeah, I'm Blamo BCG.
Okay, Blamo. Okay, thank you. The next time when you join, edit the phone name and just put your name there.
Okay, sir. It was a mistake. I tried connecting. I found it difficult.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
thank you, sir.
No problem. So that was it. This video, the video of the conversation will be sent to your to the WhatsApp chat room. You can go onto it. Okay, CI is saying thanks. Okay, no problem. Unless they don't have another approach, but for those who missed today's class, I'm sure you will have to drop them from the class. And for Godfrey to meet up with today, I will require you to provide a summary of what was discussed today. The video will be shared. Don't worry. And so that will convince us that yes, you got what was discussed. So maybe if they don't have something else to say, that's fine, but I think that's good from my end. We won't be giving certificate to people just because they register and pay for a course. You must attend and you must make the time. You must make the time right. Come in at the appointed time. We know people can get difficulties, and after here, the video is available to you in the chat room. Make use of the video. The part of the teaching you didn't understand, get there and then get to understand it better. Thank you so much.